Hello guys, welcome back to our channel, The Wi-Fi Wanderer.
In this video, we will show you how to plan your trip to Andaman Islands, bypassing third-party packages and saving a significant amount of money.
First of all, here are some tips which are quite important. These islands fall into IST time zone, but still there is time difference. For example, sun rises around 5 am and sun sets around 5 pm. So plan your day according. If you get down at any tourist island and doesn't have pre-booked cab service, not to worry, you will find cabs and auto rickshaws near exits.
Languages spoken here are Hindi, Bengali, English, Tamil and Telugu.
Bike rentals on these islands are available for approximately 500 to 600 rupees per day. However, it's mandatory for both the rider and the passenger to wear helmets. Petrol filling stations are limited. In fact, Havelock, Neil and Little Andaman has only one filling station each, and they don't operate during power cuts. Locals here are friendly. If you want any information like food options or best places to hang out, they will guide you.
One final tip: not to pick any marine species which are shown in this image.
All domestic and international flights land in Sri Vijayapuram, also known as Port Blair. You will find plenty of hotels nearby. If you are looking for a forest stay with green surroundings, consider choosing Chidiya Tapu, which is about 25 kilometers from the main market. Similarly, if you prefer staying near a sunset beach, book a hotel near Vandu, located around 24 kilometers from the main market.
Here are the list of activities you can do staying in Port Blair. Next to Chidiya Tapu, you will find Munda Pahar, which is small trek of 1.3 kilometers. If you are nature lover, this is a good place for you to see. If the weather is favorable, opt for bike rides instead of cabs.
Many locals or agents would suggest to visit Bharatang Island to watch tribals, limestone caves and mud volcanoes. We skipped it because it wasn't volcano season. In case you want to cover, then roadway takes you like 3 days and cost around 24k, and the boatway will take you like a day and cost around 8k approximate. There are two other famous islands nearby. Ross Island is quite famous to watch deers roaming free, and Jolly Bay is another island you can cover staying in Port Blair. To reach Jolly Bay, you will find boats closer to Wando Beach, and they operate only during seasons. Cost of the boat ride is approximately 1800 to 2000. If you choose any of these islands, a full day will be spent on each island visit.
Port Blair is also famous for local shopping. If you are looking for seashell shopping, choose Aberdeen Market rather than other places. In this market, you will find more options and bargain the price.
Get down at Clock Tower to shop for your needs or purchase return gifts. A friendly tip: most products available on these islands come from the mainland, such as Chennai or Kolkata. Only the seashell products are locally made. There is one seashell emporium right behind Ganesh Temple. We did our last day shopping at this place. They give several options like natural seashells and painted ones with less price. I bought this natural big shank for less than 3000 rupees. Likewise, there are many alternate options available here. You can buy seashell products lesser price compared to government emporiums. We also find some pearls and chains which are quite attractive. After Port Blair, if you want to spend less crowded island with no or minimal tourists, then you can plan a visit to Little Andaman. To travel here, you need to book voyage tickets through the link shown below. Boat ride takes approximately 8 hours. You have majorly two boat options with first class, second class and bunker seats, etc.
There are few hotel options available in Hut Bay, and food choices are also limited. Most of the time, we ate at local hotel opposite the forest office, which was better compared to other options. Here is the list of activities you can cover in Little Andaman, and this island is famous for its waterfalls.
To reach hidden waterfalls, consult with locals for directions and enjoy spending quality time at these undisturbed spots. Beaches in Hut Bay are famous too. At first, you will be surprised to see such beaches with no public. To watch more detailed activities, please watch my YouTube video about Little Andaman Diaries.
Our next island is Havelock. You can get there by taking either a government boat or a private boat. Government boat tickets cost 875 rupees for recliner chairs and 630 rupees for regular chairs. Private boat rides cost about 1900 rupees per person.
Here are the list of activities to do in Havelock. Compared to the other islands, this one feels a bit more advanced in the Andaman. It gives off some Goa vibes. There are plenty of accommodation options here, and we recommend booking a place with private beach access.
You can do a lot of water activities, candlelight dinners in this island, or else watch beautiful sunset at Radhanagar beach.
Our final island visit is Neil Island. This is a small island right below Havelock. You will have both government and private ship options, similar like reaching Havelock.
Activities to cover in Neil Island are listed here. This island is famous to watch undisturbed marine life from seashores.
Many people visit this island for just a day, but we recommend staying longer to enjoy quality time on its beaches. You can experience a beautiful sunrise at Sitapur and visit the unique natural bridge spot where you can observe stunning marine life while walking along the shore.
enjoy calm and peaceful breeze at Ramnagar beach, while the local also offer some delicious meals.
Watching sunsets from Bharatpur Beach or Lakshmanpur Beach is marvelous. If you want to watch some detailed video, watch it on my YouTube playlist of Andaman Diaries. Thank you and please subscribe to our channel.